So we are back in understanding new things and how to control your chakras and alignment. Okay. So there were many questions about where to start. Right. Many people question what is the first step to start chakra alignment. Some say you should work on core. Some people say you should change your diet first. Some people say you should work on your senses, habits. But I personally feel that there are quite a lot of things you need to take care when you are starting your chakra alignment. Okay, the first and foremost thing which everyone should take care, which is almost neglected by many tutors, or you can say gurus or yogis, is that nobody explains you what is the benefit of aligning your body before you start anything. Okay, so it is very much important to align your spine in the planes of your body. Keep a regulated flow of energies, keep a regulated flow of fluid in your body. So if the fluid flows are blocked, the main reason about that is that you are not having a complete flow from your neck region. Okay, your neck region is the most important chakra in your body. People say you should start aligning your chakras from your core because that's where the energy is stored, that's where the energy comes from. Some people say you should start from the root chakra because root chakra is something which is the lowest chakra. No, I would suggest that first and foremost people should always start with the throat chakra or Vishuddha chakra and the Ajna chakra. Why? See, there is a reason why. Most people fail to understand this. Why should you start from here? Because the most important thing in your body for your alignment issues, right? The most important thing for your alignment issues is Atlas. Atlas is the tip of your spinal cord. That's where exactly your skull ends, okay? Where your skull ends. So what happens if your atlas is not synchronized, if it is up and down? See, everybody is asymmetrical. Nobody is born symmetrical. Okay, everybody is born asymmetrical. That's why people are right-handed, people are left-handed. You will see shoulders up and down. You will see the pelvis tilt in the coronal plane. Okay, so not all symmetries are to be corrected. Some asymmetries are to be kept as it is. Not all asymmetries are to be corrected because usually seeing your heart is on the left side. Okay, so you are made asymmetrical. If you are made symmetrical, your heart would be at center of the chest, which is not. Heart is on left side. That means your body is made asymmetrical, right? So you have to make it asymmetrical symmetrically. This is a very deep thing. Okay, so coming back to Atlas. Atlas is the first two joints which connects to the mastoid glands. Okay, so mastoid muscles are something which expands your jaws, connects your ears, and the behind of the skull, right? So where you should find, whenever you get behind your ears, you will find a small bone-like structure where your skull is ending. Okay, on both the sides. Your skull ends over there. That is where the atlas ends of your spinal cord. The atlas correction starts from this mastoid and this end of the skull. So these mastoid muscles are very important to balance first. Why? Because these are the muscles from where your actual neural transmission and fluid and everything is governed in your body. If your left or right side is heavy, it's because of the asymmetrical atlas. So I would say always start with making your atlas symmetrical. and it's a very easy exercise. Anybody can do it for first few days, like 5 to 7 days. So whenever there is this atlas where your skull is ending, okay, so put your thumbs over here, right, and your fingers on the top of your head. Now you have to give a lateral shift, not this side, not this side, not this, but this, okay, lateral shift. So whenever you shift your head this side, push the thumb inside. You will feel a stretch over there. This might also give you some ringing in your ears if you have sinus issues, or it might give you some shoulder tickling. Right? Then again, get up. As you get up, release the pressure from your thumb. Now again, tilt the other side, and give pressure on that side. Okay. So on whatever side you are tilting, you are giving pressure on that side. Release the pressure as you get normal. Okay. So keep it around 10 to 15 seconds pressurized, then again leave it. Then on the next side, give pressure 10 to 15 seconds, leave it. After that, you will see that you are feeling much more relaxed. Okay, you will feel a much more relaxed from your side of your neck. Your shoulders are getting open. In case of stiff stiff joints, you will feel some itching in your body, because there are new transmissions getting open, new veins will be opening up. So you will feel like there is some itching over your body, is itching on the behind of your lower back, because it also connects your lower back. Okay, so the first thing you should correct when you are getting on the journey of alignment and chakra opening is your atlas. Never ever start your journey with solar plexus chakra. Never start your journey with the root chakra. Never start your journey with any of the chakras. First and foremost, what you do when you go to a new home, आप नए घर में जाते हो तो सबसे पहले आप क्या करते हो? सबसे पहले आप वो घर की सफाई करते हो. So that is what your throat chakra does. Your throat chakra is your Vishuddha chakra. That is the chakra which cleanses all your chakras. Okay, all the dust from over here, foul energy comes to the throat and then out. All the energy from down comes to your throat and then out. Okay. So the most important chakra, people are also controversing about which is the most important chakra. See, it is not the solar plexus chakra, it is not the crown chakra, it is not the Ajna chakra. The best or the most important chakra in your body is your Vishuddha chakra. Okay, your throat chakra. So first clean your Vishuddha chakra. Right, and for those who have sinus issues, as soon as they will open that atlas with this, in 2-3 days they might get some cold and cough, but that's okay. It's your body releasing all the sinuses. For that, you should also try. You can pull this bone over here, push this bone on the opposite side, and breathe. Breathe from the same nose for the 5 times. Then breathe from another nose for 5 times. Push this bone over here. You will find this bone over here in your cheek. Okay, this cheekbone. You have to push this cheekbone on the side of your ear. Right? But not all together. One by one. First push this one, then push this one. You will understand, you will feel your body that on one side there is more congestion. Right? On the another side there won't be that type of congestion. So if you are having sinus issues, you can clean it like this, push it like this, then push it like this. Another exercise for opening the eustachian tube, if that's also being congested, is pull your ears outwards. Right? Then open your mouth. and push the jaw outside. Then again push it inside. Okay, this exercise is also good to understand which side your atlas is tilted. Whenever you do this, you stretch it out, then bring the jaw outside and inside. On this side or on this side, this temporomandibular joint, this joint, your jaw joint, one of the jaw joint would feel tight. Okay, so that's where the atlas is being tilted. So you have to correct that posture by doing this atlas tilt exercise for like 5 to 6 days. After you do this exercise for around 5 to 6 days, you will see your cough congestion is getting out. You will see your hand is your hand is becoming light-headed, right? So this is a very good starter exercise. Until and unless you start this, it won't open your throat chakra, and until and unless you have opened your throat chakra and cleaned your body first, going into chakra alignment is again a waste of time. And the second most important thing is aligning your shoulder and your pelvis. Okay. The second thing is aligning your shoulder and your pelvis. Alright. After this Vishuddha chakra is open, right? After the Vishuddha chakra, you will see everybody's body is asymmetrical. Okay, nobody is born symmetrical. So everybody is born asymmetrical. That's why most of the population of the world is right-handed and not left-handed. And just because they are right-handed, their left shoulder tilt is a bit higher. Okay, a bit higher. Not always too much higher, but their left shoulder tilt will be a bit higher, right? And if you see the pelvis region, the left pelvis will be a bit more tilted forward. That's because of the asymmetry the people are born with. And there will be asymmetry with everyone. You don't have to judge people with their asymmetries, but yes, there are asymmetries. So, the first thing, see there are two planes of the body, the coronal and sagittal plane. So, how to identify? You sleep straight on your bed and then try to wake up like this. So as soon as you will wake up, keep your feet down and you will wake up and sit on the bed. You will see that you are this thoracic region, your upper chest is tilted slight on one side, and you will see one of the shoulder is up down, right? You have to come up naturally. You don't have to force yourself to be on the symmetry, right? You don't have to force yourself that whenever I get up, I should be at the symmetry and exit. Normally, sleep straight and then get up. And as soon as you get up, you will see that one side of your body is tilted a bit, and one side of your shoulder is tilted a bit. So that's where you identify. Most of the people are having left side up because of why they are right-handed. So what to do? So there are two things. First of all, let's analyze. First thing is your left shoulder. Your left shoulder blade is a bit higher, and the thoracic region, which should be actually on the straight, is a bit tilted. Okay, your upper body will not be like this, will be either like this or like this, right? See your chest would be either like this a bit or like this whenever you get up. So that's when you notice either your left side is more prominent or your right side is more prominent. Okay. So understanding it better, if you can't correct two things at once, okay, it's a very difficult task. People would have learned vector geometry, right? You understood vectors. Similarly, vector geometry happens inside the body. So let's understand this. This is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and the back and front is the Z axis. So what happens is, see, you have to correct two things at once. First, your shoulder balance, because one is a bit higher, 1 degree or 2 degree higher than another, either this one or this one. Another is your pelvic twist. It is either this way or this way, a bit, not very much, either this way or this way, right? So what we have to do first, you can't correct two axes together. It's a very difficult task. X axis and Y axis, how to focus two sides of the body, right? No. So let's not do that. We understood in vector geometry that if we in the polar coordinates, if we change the third axis, two axis changes automatically. So let's see what we can do. We have to do this. We have to keep our shoulder up and twist our pelvis automatically. We can't do both together. So what we'll do, we'll connect the Z axis, which is the front and back axis. We have to do nothing else. We have to just take our right shoulder, pull it back, pull the right shoulder back. Okay, pull your right shoulder back. Your scapula will go backwards. As you pull the right shoulder back, the scapula will go this side. Your X axis will automatically rise up. See, whenever you put the right shoulder back, you will see your left shoulder is getting looser. It will become loose. Why? Because all the strain is over here. The Z axis is strong. Now, if you see the Z axis, you are pulling the Z axis backwards. So the X and Y axis will get loose. Right? And as soon as you pull the Z axis backwards, the X axis will automatically get a bit higher. And the Y axis, your pelvis tilt, will also get aligned. So what we did, we changed the Z axis. We changed the Z axis, so X and Y axis will be automatically aligned. Right? You see, if you pull back your right shoulder, your left shoulder will rise up automatically, because the behind muscles are pulling the scapula inside, so this scapula will automatically go outside. So this shoulder will go up, and with that the below pelvic tilt will also realign. So we just changed the thoracic region from being this, we change this, and as soon as we became this shoulder automatically got raised, and the below pelvic tilt also became aligned. So only one thing, don't focus on two different things, because you have to align two things. If you want to align this and this, don't get messed up over here and over here. Change only this. Pull the right shoulder back. This and this will automatically balanced. Pull the Z axis backwards, X and Y axis will always change. Why do you have to spend too much time in correcting the X axis and then Y axis, then again you have to correct X axis, because changing this has changed this too, then you change this, then again they have changed this too. So if two things are already connected, change the third thing, the two things will automatically change. So what happened is, pull the right shoulder back, the left shoulder and the pelvis tilt will automatically get aligned. Now what is the benefit of this? You open the full channel from your atlas to your shoulders till your pelvis. That is, before you start the journey of chakra alignment, you opened the bridge and took the river down till the root chakra. Okay. Consider this as a dam. Okay. God has built a dam from brain to core and core to pelvis. If the dam is not working properly, the water will not reach equally in all the regions of the body. Right? And if you want, and once the dam is corrected, then you have to focus on equalizing the tributaries or the rivers. So equalizing these tributaries and rivers happens when you align symmetrically your shoulder blades and your pelvic twist, right? So first this atlas, after atlas, pull either the right shoulder or left shoulder. I'm just giving a probability that if you are left-handed, you have to pull the left shoulder back because your tilt would be this way. If you are right-handed, your tilt would be this way. So then you have to pull the right shoulder back, right? So you can identify by getting up on which side your body is tilted. But these are the two things. If you correct these two things, you are going to start the journey of your chakra alignment very, very easily. You don't have to struggle too much to start the journey, okay? Your struggle will be 50% less because now the dam is corrected and every part, every organ of the body is getting equal electric potential from your nervous system, right? So for more such tips, I'll be coming back. This was the first thing for everyone to do when they are on the journey of chakra alignment and body enhancement, right? Thank you very much.